What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here with your daily Litecoin and Bitcoin update. First, we're going to take a look at Litecoin and then Bitcoin and see where we might be headed. I hope everyone's having a great weekend and stick around.
1, 2, 3, jump!
All right, guys. As always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anyone that's doing any investing or any trading in this market, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market can be extremely volatile. So with that being said, we're going to get into the charts here. But before I begin, if you haven't already or you're new to this channel, if you guys like the content, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button in the lower right hand side of the screen. Then tick the notification bell. That'll get you notified when I post new videos so you don't miss out on anything. And if you would, give it a giant thumbs up and leave your comments, guys. It really helps the channel out when you comment. Let me know what you think. If you have any ideas, things I can improve or whatever, I like to hear from you. But anyways, let's get into the charts. All right, so we're looking at Litecoin in the daily chart, and we're going to take a look at my targets up here and why they are. And this obviously is if we were to go down, but I'm going to start out with the daily chart. And we're going to go into the RSI, the daily RSI. And if you see, I have this rising wedge drawn. And what I see right now is I'm going to show you in the charts. I believe we're going to have I believe we're going to come back down to test the bottom of this wedge and then pop up from there. But we really need to watch, especially on your RSI, if we were to break down past this, if this didn't hold as support, you know, we could have a sell-off and go down further. But that's not what I see happening, but it is something we need to watch. Also, here's the 4 hour, and you can see the same thing. I've drawn a symmetrical triangle here, and we've been getting support on the bottom, and I believe we're going to come down and test it for support right here. And like I said, watch this, guys, real close, because if it does break down through, we could be having a sell-off. But also, a lot of times what happens with these is it'll pop through a little bit during a 4 hour candle and then pop back up in. So be aware of that. All right, we're going to get into the 4 hour now. And I'm going to show you what my targets are and why. Those of you that have been watching know what I've been saying. I haven't changed anything at all with my outlook on Litecoin or Bitcoin. Like I said, when you stick around after I'm done with Litecoin, I'll be doing a Bitcoin analysis also. So, all right, what we're going to look at here is we had this breakout over here, and we did a measured move off of the flagpole. And that's what we take it to where it broke out over here. Actually, right here. And that's what give us the $56 target. Excuse me. And I believe, guys, that's where we're headed still, in my opinion, is this $56 range. If we do not break through this support line right here that I have drawn in this channel, I do believe we're going to come back down and test it first. It may drop down a little below, right to the 55 EMA here, which would be around the $46 range, between the $46 and $47 range. So, if we were to break this with conviction coming down, then obviously our next line of supports around the $41 area, and then after that the $39, and then the bottom of the channel at the $34 to $35 range. So, you know, watch out for that, guys. And let's get into the 1 hour. I'm also, you know what, sorry about that. Let me back up to the 4 hour and show you why I have that $59 range, and it's actually $59 to $60 range target. And that would be if you take a measured move of this channel from where we broke out straight down to the bottom of the channel, and then you bring it up to where we broke out, and that gives us that $59 to $60 range for the target. And guys, I'm still bullish here. I do believe we're going to continue up. But again, we have to be aware of the possibility that this does not hold and we go down from there. So, all right, let's get into the Bitcoin chart. And again, a reminder, if you haven't subscribed already, Make sure you subscribe, tick the little bell to get notified when I post videos. Leave your comments, and also give it a giant thumbs up. Really helps channel out, guys. I appreciate it. You guys have been doing great with the thumbs up and you know, helping the channel get around YouTube, so I really appreciate it. All right, so now we're looking at Bitcoin in the daily chart. This is the symmetrical triangle that I've been watching. And as you can see, we broke out right here. And my measured move off of this, as long as we stay above this top of the symmetrical triangle, which would be our old resistance, become new support, as long as we stay on top of it. And our measured move from that, guys, is right here. We'll measure the longest width of the triangle and put it to the breakout. And that's where I come up with the $5,000 target up here. I do believe that could still be in play, guys, but obviously that might take some time, and I have some lower targets. So we're going to do the same on this as we did as Litecoin. I'm going to pull up the RSI. If you guys watch my channel, you know I really trust my RSI, and it really helps with my trades. So as you can see on the RSI, you know, we're in this rising wedge pattern, and I do believe that we're going to come down and test this line for support. And again, just like Litecoin, if this line doesn't hold, you know, and we may, like I said, don't forget, we may, especially this is the daily, so we could drop down here and then before the end of the day, you know, pop back up in and go up. So definitely keep your eye out for that. But if it closes down below that, I do believe we'll have a sell-off. But again, I'm bullish here, and that's not what I'm seeing. So I'm going to go into the 4-hour now. And the same thing, I have this rising wedge drawn. And as you can see, we've gotten support 1, 2, 3, 4 times. And I believe we're going to come back down and test this again for support. And I'll show you that in the charts here in a second. And keep an eye on that, because the same thing on the 4-hour. If we break down within a 4-hour candle, we can always come back up in. But if we close outside of this, I believe we're going to have a sell-off. But in my opinion, that's not going to happen, guys. I'm not too worried about that. I'm pretty confident that, as you can see, we still have room to come down. And I have my target in between 37.90 and 37.60 right here, which is the top of this symmetrical triangle. This old resistance become new support. I believe it will be support in here, and that will line up pretty well with our 55 EMA in the 4-hour. Now, I'm going to show you what happened in the past here, how we got our measured moves here, which played out very well. We measure the flagpole from the breakout and put to the top of the flag, and which you can see here, we met that almost perfectly at the 39.90 range, somewhere in there. So obviously this becomes our new flagpole. Now this is where it gets interesting, guys, because this is a pretty important area we're at right now. A lot of people think that, draw this out, a lot of people think that right now that we're in a symmetrical triangle, and some people believe we're in an ascending triangle. But I'm just going to draw quick trend lines here and kind of show you what we're looking at. They're not going to be perfect, guys, but this is what I'm looking at now. So I'm looking at, I've had this $4,100 range drawn for quite a while, which would be, you know, our old resistance, and I still have that target in here, obviously. And what we're looking at is, I believe we're going to come down and test. Now, as you can see, zoom in a little bit. Actually, I'm going to go into the 1-hour, guys. Sorry. I slept in a little bit. That's why my video is a little later today. So, all right. So I'm going to take a look at this. If we were to break out here, I'm going to get rid of these lines now. I just wanted to put them there to show you what people are looking at. But another thing we could be looking at here, I'm going to show you what I believe is a good possibility. Now, if we look at this in the 1 hour, as you can see, this looks like it could be a little bull flag in here. I know it might be hard for you guys to see. I'll kind of blow it up. But this is another possibility that I'm looking at, is if we measure this little bull flagpole and put it up here, this could be what we're looking at. This, I believe, will be a fake out though if we do come up here. This is just my opinion, guys. Like I said, it's not financial advice. But up to the 39.75 range or back up into the 4,000 range. And I believe that if that occurs, I believe that's going to be a stop hunt, and then we're going to come back down, because I really believe that we have to come back down and test this here. And like I said, in the RSI, if you look at the RSI in the 4 hour, everything lines up pretty well. Like I believe we come back down to test this, which could get us all the way back down here to the 31.90, the 31.62 range. And then if we take a look at where that would be at, this may end up looking like, try to draw it out for you guys real quick, something like this. If we come up here, come back down, kind of make what people are calling the BART pattern or whatever, and then we may bounce around here a little bit and then do another one back up and up to at least that $4,100 range. This is what I'm looking at right now. So the next idea I have on this is we measure this flagpole here from this one, and then we break out from down here. Like I said, we may travel along this line a little bit and get the 4,100 area. Obviously, I think when we get around here, we'll get some resistance, and it may play around here and then do another shoot up towards this. This is a falling wedge I have drawn here. So, we could get up in this area around the $4,400 to $4,500 range and test this line for resistance. And, and guys, this doesn't happen in a day or two. So, this is all going to take time. I'm looking at the, midterm here, but I still believe that we're going to, as long as this line holds down here on the top of the symmetrical triangle, we're headed towards the, $4,900 to $5,000 range. I truly believe that is what's going on here. And again, like I showed you earlier, this measured move here, it only makes sense to bring it up here as our measured move. And if this does happen, guys, then we could be coming back down something like, I'm just gonna kind of give you guys an idea. We may have some drop back down here and come back down and test the top of this line for support. And we could, and like I said before, guys, I'm not saying we're making a moonshot now by any means. Get this out of the way here. I hate having too much stuff on my charts. It gets ugly. So, and then we could come back down to this area, the 36.50 range, from that 34.80, anywhere in this area. But like I said, guys, I do believe we have bottomed out here. And on my honest opinion, I believe where we're going to get a bounce, after this, we're going to obviously have a big correction. And if we did a Fibonacci retracement on from here all the way back down here, and if we were to get to that 5,000 range, see where that Fibonacci would be, the 786 would be right around the 40 or 34.80 range would be the 0.786. But like I said before, I do believe we could see a double bottom, but I don't know that we would go all the way back down to the 31.25 area. I see us going possibly to the $3,250 to $3,300 range at the lowest, in my opinion, guys. I know a lot of bears aren't going to like my opinion, but that's okay because it's just my opinion. But anyways, Again, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. There's a Crypto Savvy logo above my head. That'll get you subscribed. Tick the notification bell to get notified when I post new videos. Give it a giant thumbs up. And leave your comments, guys, at the bottom of the screen. And let me know what you think of the video. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. See you tomorrow.